Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn love reading for Tuesday, December 28th. And this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. All right, so let's see what's going on here. So we have attraction crossed by love yourself first. All right, so it's always very important to love yourself first, to be able to appreciate your qualities, to know what it is that you can give and bring to a relationship, and know what it is that you want to receive from a relationship, to look out for yourself and to choose people, whether it's friends or partners, that are positive for you, that are good for you, that bring you positive energy. Okay? That's very important. You have to love yourself first. You have to look out for you. You have to be your number one cheerleader, okay? I can't stress that enough, and that's very hard to do, and I agree, and it takes time. It takes time to learn that. Some people, naturally, that comes natural to them, but some people struggle with that. Some people, worry about what other people have to say, or they're a giver, but that's very draining. So that's what you have to look at. You have to love yourself first. We have the Justice card. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Tower, okay? So maybe for some of you, that's what you have to readjust. That's what you have to look at, okay? We have Four of Wands. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Hierophant. We have, I feel like those two wanted to come out there. We have the Six of Wands and Queen of Pentacles, and then we have the Death card. All right, so I feel that this reading is for that person who is not looking out for themselves, that is not that is a giver, and that is putting too much energy out and not receiving enough energy in. That is maybe, you need to learn to make those choices that are best for you. It's hard because, you go back and forth. You're like, oh, I want to do it, but I don't want to seem selfish. But like sometimes you have to be selfish because you want to have that happiness within yourself. Like when you are happy and you are feeling good, that radiates, and that naturally gives out to the other people around you. So we have the Death card as an outcome, and that is that, you don't, it's about transition and transformation. It's about changing your perspective, that looking out for yourself first. Having that balance, that balance within your relationships, it's that even, that give and take that you have. And Death card is also about holding on to things that are not healthy for us, that it's time to let those go. And especially with this year coming to an end, I feel that it's really about, looking at those things, cleaning out those closets, closing doors on some things, and that opens up new doors to new things. I feel that, with starting with a new year, like it doesn't necessarily mean that things have to change, but I feel like that's sort of an opportunity to yes, let's look at things and let's change things up. It's like it's keeping up with the momentum if you're doing good, but then it's also like having that opportunity, that new year, that new start, starting fresh, New Year's resolutions. All right, so let's get some clarification in the middle here. Knight of Wands, taking action to love yourself, taking action to make those choices that are best for you, taking actions to not being so hard on yourself if things didn't go the way that you thought. I mean, we all do that, We all make those decisions and we're like, oh, I wish I had. Why didn't I see that? You know? But it's, yeah, you can be frustrated with yourself, but don't beat yourself up about it. Give yourself a break. You know, give yourself a pass. We have the Four of Wands, and that can represent, you know, having those closer connections. It could also represent families. So there could be some family members that, you know, maybe you know, need to reach out to. Or maybe there were some choices made that, you know, you were kind of upset with. But again, don't beat yourself up about that. The Four of Wands is also about celebrations, get-togethers. You know, maybe before you weren't doing those, but maybe, you know, it's about making that effort to get together and get yourself out there more. We have the Justice card, and then we have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is about standing up for yourself, and that's exactly what I was saying with this reading, is that making those choices that are best for you, even things out so that it's a more of an even give and take. It's not that you're always giving, and the other person is always taking. Oh, I love this card. This is my favorite card in this deck. This is that Ten of Cups, that cozy feeling, the fireplace, they're snuggling together. It's just that happy, good feeling, and that goes, you know, with the Ten of Pentacles, which is having those rewards, you know, having those good feelings, feeling secure. That's the energy that is going over this, you know, that is going over here. You know, the passing influences, the passing energies, and that's the energy that wants to come in for you. So make those choices so that you can embrace it, okay? We have the Nine of Swords with this Tower card. Yeah, it's scary to shake things up. Yes, it's upsetting when things fall apart. It's unnerving when things change. Sometimes we like that security of having the same thing, having the same routine, but is that really the best for us? Okay? When you're loving yourself, then you attract, when you're making those positive choices for yourself, you attract those people, those energies that are in the same vibration as you. That's what I believe. You know, we each have our own way of thinking and things that we believe in. But for me, I believe from the experiences that I've had that when I'm in a positive energy, things seem lighter and I attract positive things in. So it can be unnerving when things change up. Before, I was always in an energy that I almost felt better when things were chaotic, which I know sounds crazy. Like, I felt like that was my safe spot, but that's what I had for so many years. And things are changing up for me to where I am embracing the calmness. I am embracing the positive things. I am embracing the good things, and when things would start to happen, I would be like, how am I going to handle this? Like, this is something good. Like, good things don't happen for me. Like, why? Like, I couldn't handle that. But now I'm like, yes. So shaking up what it is that you're used to, sometimes that can become unnerving, but I feel like that represents growth, and that represents the Death card, where it is transition and transformation. And it can be very worrisome, but to not let that become so stifling that you're stuck in that energy. All right, we have the Four of Wands again, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles, which to me represents a new way of doing things, a new way of seeing things, a new outlook, a new view on relationships, you know, getting yourself out there, stronger connections. Because if you love yourself more, then you can love others more. All right, we have Five of Wands, and then we have Eight of Cups. Walking away from maybe drama, walking away from fights, walking away from those things that cause you a lot of stress, and also having that clarity, not going back and forth, not over processing things, not having things spin in your head, not going back and forth. 1 minute you're this, next minute you're that. Leaving that behind. We have the Hierophant. Oh, I love that. I love this deck, really. I love this card too because it reminds me of the Cinderella's castle at Disney. But I feel like that's like dreams and wishes and possibilities are endless, and having that strong belief. And the Hierophant is, to me, represents, you know, that strong family bond, that good core, you know, that belief, you know, whatever belief or faith that you have, you know, embracing that and receiving the power from that, the energy from that, for you to, you know, go for your dreams and let the possibilities be endless, and having that safety of a good base, whether that's, you know, having that home life that feels really comfortable to you, whether you're single, you know, making your living space really cozy, really safe, a good safe place for you to be, to kind of relax and unwind, that you're not having those energies or those things, you know, in your living space that trigger you, you know, getting rid of all of those triggers, you know, changing things up and making that positive for you so that you can embrace, you know, and go after those things that you want to make happen. All right. Then we have the Hermit with the Six of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, and I feel like that represents you making those right choices for you, looking within, you know, before you do things, you know, looking, is this really the best choice for me? Is this really the best choice for me? Kind of, instead of just jumping into things and saying, yeah, I'll do it, and then be like, is this really the best choice for me? Is this really going to be something that will benefit me? Not like in a selfish way, but that it's something that will be rewarding for me or make me feel good, not something that makes me feel exhausted or tired or used or overworked or, you know, sort of that energy. All right, and then we have the Death card, and then we have the Four of Swords, and that's taking a rest after a difficult time, okay? Taking a rest, because this is a process here. Like I said before, this is something that can take a while. This is something that does not happen overnight. It's all about, you know, changing that perspective one day at a time, embracing those little rewards, those little things that make you happy. You know, having those things that make you feel like you're in a positive mindset, that you can move forward. It's the little things, you know, whatever those things that you have. Like my sister just got me these beautiful new crystals and these new stones, and they make me feel happy. They make me feel good, you know. I just painted my fingernails. That makes me feel pretty. I put on my little ring. Even though that's something little, it's like build off that energy. It doesn't have to be anything big. You know, it can be just making yourself that favorite cup of tea or that cup of coffee, and you have that warm, cozy feeling, that warming energy, and build off of that. All right, so I feel that this reading is more about loving yourself and making those choices that are best for you, loving yourself first, and that brings in love and positive energy into you. All right, so let's close out with a fortune reading card. We have Fire. Let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. Yeah, embrace it, embrace it, embrace it. Embrace the good, embrace the change, okay? Rebuilding yourself stronger and better. Not worrying about things that you can't control. That sometimes things just happen, okay? Acknowledge it and then move on. Put that to the back, you know? Let it go. Don't let that energy contain you and keep you in that. Just let it go. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.